Welcome to the Co-Parenting Conversations podcast, brought to you by the Center for Divorce Education. With renowned psychologist Dr. Donald Gordon, we will delve into the complex world of co-parenting during and after divorce and separation. Join us as we explore some of the emotional, legal, and practical aspects of parental breakups, helping you navigate this transformative journey with wisdom and guidance. Whether you're currently going through a divorce, contemplating separation, or supporting a loved one in their journey, the Center for Divorce Education is here to empower you with knowledge and offer you a roadmap towards a brighter future. The information presented in this podcast is intended for educational purposes only. The presentation of this material is not intended to constitute mental health therapy or to diagnose mental health disorders. The presentation of this material is not intended to constitute legal advice. Participants are encouraged to discuss specific legal questions with a licensed attorney of their choice.
Welcome back to the Co-Parenting Conversations podcast with the Center for Divorce Education. We provide online parenting classes for divorcing and separating parents. I'm your host, Jamie, and today I have our executive director, Dr. Dawn, with me again. We will be discussing the effects that divorce and separation can have on children and their schooling. Divorce isn't just a legal process, it deeply affects children's sense of stability, which is crucial, obviously, for learning. When daily routines shift, house moves, new schools, other life changes, their educational world can feel unpredictable. And research shows that these disruptions can erode focus, motivation, and even attendance at school. So we are drawing on insights from our What About the Children workbook again, which is downloadable in our Children in Between course, and we'll explore some of the ways that children can be affected by divorce or separation when it comes to them at school. So if you picture a child lost in worry about family life, that anxiety doesn't just stay at home. It spills into the classroom. Kids may zone out, rush through homework, or even avoid extracurriculars. Some may act out or withdraw as well. Emotions and concentration are intertwined. And obviously, all of these different effects can also change based on the child's age. But Dr. Dawn, do you want to expand on this a bit?
Sure. Emotional stress often translates into lower test scores or slower progress. And this is not just temporary. Without any kind of intervention, kids can struggle very long term. If we look at the data on this, we know that children from divorce homes are roughly twice as likely to drop out of high school and less likely to attend college. It's also true that if the dad is involved after the divorce with the kids, he's much more likely to help pay for college expenses than if he's not involved. So that's another factor that lessens their ability to attend college. We know that test scores, especially in reading, often decline in the year following a divorce. If a custodial parent faces income loss, which is common, that kids may miss out on tutoring, extracurricular activities, having a stable living and school environment, and things like that. We know that kids who experience stress can take them 72 hours to get over this because when kids are stressed, their body produces cortisol, and cortisol stays in the body for 72 hours. And the cortisol will interrupt their ability to sustain their attention in school and to regulate their emotions. Just a simple thing like parents having an argument when they drop off the children on a Sunday after a weekend with one parent, and the child witnesses or overhears that argument, that cortisol is going to stay in their system for 3 days. Up to Wednesday of that week, that's affecting them in school. And most parents have no idea that this is going on.
We have discussed quite a bit on previous episodes also how financials can greatly affect children as well. Divorce often means financial shifts. Single-parent households are more likely to face poverty. And shared parenting, where kids split time between both parents, tends to help. Studies show shared custody is linked to better health, mental well-being, and even academic outcomes. Kids benefit from emotional support and more consistent routines. Dawn, you want to tell us what can parents, teachers, and even professionals do to help?
Yes, you mentioned shared parenting. For parents to share parenting where the kids are going back and forth at roughly equal amounts of time with each parent, the parents have to have a certain amount of skill to pull that off. And they have to be sensitive to the children's need for meaningful contact with both parents. And so the parents who have shared parenting are already an advantage group, and the children benefit from that. But what's also important in these situations with shared parenting is to try to maintain routines, maybe the similar bedtime, similar getting up in the morning, each parent monitoring the child's homework. Consistency helps the kids feel secure, especially during when there's a time of chaos in the family. Staying emotionally connected, asking your child about school and their feelings. Stay emotionally connected means you're tuning into what your child's feeling. And the child can tell that when you're tuned into their feelings, that you're caring and that you think that what they're feeling is important. Collaborating in the classroom, teachers should connect with both parents to understand the changes of what's going on. So let the teachers know if there's been a divorce or family separation. Utilizing support programs like the Children Between for Kids that teaches the kids coping skills if the kids are age 7 to 14. And also parents should consider getting professional help, counselors, or getting parenting classes to improve the quality of their own parenting, or peer support that can reduce conflict and boost co-parenting success. There's other guidance that comes from the What About the Children workbook. One is to avoid putting the children in the middle of your conflict. And parents have a number of ways they put the kids in the middle that they're not aware of. So, for instance, parents shouldn't use kids as messengers or ask them to take sides or to criticize the other parent in front of the child. So this intensifies the child's anxiety and distracts them from their schoolwork. Minimizing the exposure to conflict will improve the child's academic performance, and it'll help build emotional security when they're at school. So when they witness conflict and fighting between handoffs or during phone calls, the stress rises, even if the child's not in the same room, but can overhear these conversations. And kids are intensely interested in conversations that involve them. So they're going to be paying attention to what you're saying. Another thing is to support their other parent. Just simple things like, I know your mom or dad loves you, reinforces their emotional stability. When the kids feel that both parents are safe and supportive, they're better able to concentrate in class. And to keep the communication child focused. Don't talk about legal issues or finances with your child. They don't have any control over that. These are adult matters. Shielding kids from these topics protects their mental space for learning and play.
These aren't just emotional insights. They're backed by decades of research. And most importantly, they're practical steps any parent can start today. We go into great depth in our parenting classes to emphasize using skills to get through divorce and separation. Shielding children from the stresses of divorce and separation can help them not only grow up into a better person, but it can also improve their education. The story isn't just about risk, it's about resilience. With stable routines, like you said, emotional support, positive co-parenting, and the right programs and resources, many children bounce back and even thrive academically despite family upheaval.
Yes, these challenges can build resilience, which can help children throughout their lives. So getting through these challenges actually will help children deal with challenges in the future. The divorce can disrupt learning through emotional stress, financial shifts, and environmental changes. But with awareness and support, especially maintaining routines, promoting shared parenting, and using educational resources, kids can stay on track and succeed.
Exactly. So let's do our best as parents to keep these kids on track. Thanks for joining us again today. If you found today's topic helpful, please feel free to share. Until next time.